All right, y'all. So I know I look crazy, or at least my hair looks crazy right now, but we're gonna ignore that because I just had a random revelation. So I'm watching Soul Food, right? And I'm getting to the part where Cousin Faith sleeps with Terry's husband. And, it's the same old thing, right? You have a nice you'll drink a drink and you start spilling your guts, right? And somebody you're talking to who just so happens to also be attractive sees your flaws, sees past your facade. What I'm having the revelation of is this. There's a difference between somebody seeing your brokenness and understanding that it's brokenness and loving you through the healing process. And then there's the people who have similar areas of brokenness who can just simply identify that you have also that similar area of brokenness. That does not mean y'all need to get together. That does not mean y'all need to be friends. That doesn't mean that y'all need to date. That doesn't mean that y'all need to, definitely doesn't mean y'all need to have sex. But a lot of people misinterpret that moment as, oh, they see me. No. They see that spirit. And a lot of times, spirit attract like spirits. So we can use this movie as an example. He himself is sitting there going through a transitional moment of letting go of what he's supposed to be, right? And following his way into who he's, into who he's supposed to be, right? Leaving the corporate world to follow his dreams, right? Very tensiony, very sensitive, very vulnerable place. And because he's in a very vulnerable place in his life, he sees the vulnerabilities of other people and empathizes with them, right? But upon her receiving or identifying the empathy that he's giving, she's immediately like, he sees me. Sis, no. He's just also in a vulnerable state right now, as are you, which is even more reason for y'all not to get together. But you see this in TV, you see this in real life all the time. You have a really deep moment, a really good heart-to-heart, random moment of spilling your guts or whatever, right? And there's actually a scripture in Proverbs that says a person who talks too much is dangerous. Basically, is dumb and or is dangerous. Is a fool. A fool, I think it's Proverbs, I'm pretty sure it's Proverbs like 13 or Proverbs 12 something that says that a foolish man just goes off at the mouth. Just reveals everything. Why is it foolish? Because through the mouth, the heart speaks. So if you're around somebody, and God is intentional with community, with family, with friends, to put people around you who are supposed to give you put people in your life who are supposed to be there to help nurture you into the better version of yourself, not enable the current state that you're in, right? So a lot of times when you're blabbing off at the mouth and you're talking too much and you're not being led by the spirit, but you're being led by your flesh and what feels good, right? You end up spilling your guts to somebody who can relate to your broken spirit because of their broken spirit. And now you're getting entangled emotionally with that person, and it's going to put you in a place of either stagnation, which means standing still and not moving forward, or going backwards. In this case, I believe that Faith was on a moving forward train, right? And Terry's husband was on a moving forward train, right? But Terry was further than Faith. So literally, because of this interaction, he's being pulled back and she's being put stagnant. So even though they were both in the trajectory of forward movement, because of this little snag, which is a perfect example of how the enemy will set you up, and this doesn't always have to be a sexual thing. It can be somebody you think you're supposed to be friends with that you end up spilling your guts to or whatever. And the enemy uses that because they know that they have a similar broken spirit to you. He uses that to cling y'all together to do what he needs to do to distract both of y'all. This is literally 2 birds, 1 stone. He's getting Faith to stay where she was instead of moving forward, and she's getting Terry's husband to go backwards to where he has grown up and matured from. But I say all that to say, be careful about the connections that you make. Identify, is this somebody who has similar broken spots to me, or is this somebody who's calling me out on my BS and gonna help me grow?